together with the Sin Federal Credit Union, invites you to the exhibition The Shape of Now in Todd Art Gallery from March 16th through April 11th. The show will feature the work of ceramics artists from the Pacific Northwest to New England. Visit mtsu.edu/mtsuarts for more information.
All sports talk, weekdays at 5.
WGNS, your good neighbor station.
Rutherford County's place to talk.
There is an underground civilization underneath of the North American continent.
It's Coast to Coast AM, overnight, every night on WGNS, Murfreesboro. Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSradio.com.
We're broadcasting from the Middle Tennessee Electric Studios. MTE serves members with more than just electricity. Their community outreach team works with schools, parents, and students to provide engaging and unique learning experiences. MTE, serving to make life better since 1936. Friends from the Child Advocacy Center here today. Katie Enzer is in, and she is press release fiend. This morning you've been sending emails, and that must mean we're getting close to something big for you.
That's right, Brian. Thanks so much for having me today and for, of course, receiving my press release. We are excited and we're glad to be here this morning. Thanks for having us. We are hosting our Hometown Heroes Walk for Children. It's coming up in April, and I think most of Middle Tennessee knows, but it's also good to be a reminder that April is Child Abuse Prevention Month. So we actually celebrate that at the end of April on the 28th this year at 12 o'clock. We'll be hosting a little walk. We'll be at the Civic Plaza. Registration for the walk is online, of course, and you can also reach out to me if needed for any information, but you can find it on our website as well. But you can register for the free walk on April the 28th at 12 o'clock is when the actual walk begins. And we're thrilled to start planning and to get the information out there to the public. And then, of course, continue to invite people to help us celebrate child prevention.
Yeah. Something a little different this year, though, right? In terms of the walk, I mean, your end destination is going to be a little different.
That's right, Brian. And last year, starting this year, we are in a brand new location. So we've been moving, and we are actually on Highland Terrace, which is next to the Murfreesboro Police Department, down that way. And so we'll actually be walking from Civic Plaza to the Oakland's Pavilion this year. So a brand new route for those that, wanted to try something new. We're really excited, and we think it's going to be a glorious place for us all to meet and fellowship at the end of the walk.
Well, how convenient is it to be next to the MPD, though?
Ooh, I love it, to be honest with you. It's good for them. It's good for us. It's a central location for a lot of our families. And so I really think it was an incredible move for us. Although I'm glad we're not moving boxes anymore.
That part's done, huh?
That is.
So now, will the walk go from Civic Plaza to Oakland's, or how will that work?
It will, yes. Okay. I do believe that the walk route this year will be from Civic Plaza down through the square, off of Main, down Highland. Mm-hmm. But details on that is on the website.
Yeah, I mean, you just go down Main Street, hang a left,
That's right.
You'll be there in no time.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, well, very good. So the 28th, do people need to sign up for that or anything?
I'd love for as many people to go ahead and sign up. Let me know that they're not only supporting us in the walk, but that also gives me a great opportunity for our catering of food or, any sort of water bottles that we might need to help folks on that day. So we do like to pre-register. So therefore, we have a head count of what it is that we're looking for that day.
There's a box lunch at the end of that too, right?
Yes, sir, there is. Okay. And we're also continuing to work on what that might look like. So maybe next month I'll come and tell you exactly what it's going to be.
Okay, good. Get signed up now and find out what's in the, I guess we'll call it the mystery box.
The mystery box for today.
So I'm sure that sponsors are what make this thing work and how you can highlight Child Abuse Prevention Month and get people involved. And if they want to sponsor, could they just call you too or get on the website?
Yes, Brian, they can. We are still looking for sponsors. We've had an overwhelming amount of people interested, and so we're excited about March coming and everyone going ahead and getting on the schedule so we can start highlighting them and their business, whether small or large. And so, again, our Facebook page is CAC Rutherford. That's our handle, and then our website is CACRutherford.org.
Okay, well, very good. That's where you can find a lot of information about not only the CAC, but the walk and everything that goes on with Hometown Heroes. And you have a special guest that's in studio with us today.
I certainly do. I love bringing new and exciting people to you, Brian, and we're thrilled today to have a longtime committee member and our last year's Hometown Hero Award recipient, Detective Michael Yates.
Detective Yates, how are you?
Doing great, Brian. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Good to have you here. We were sharing we like to go buy Blue Raider merchandise at Raider Tees just a few minutes ago.
Exactly.
So how long have you been with Murfreesboro Police?
So I started my career with Murfreesboro Police Department in July of 1996.
Wow. That's been a day or two, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. I was in the patrol division for the first 15 years, and then in 2011 I made detective and been with the Criminal Investigations Division since then.
So the Criminal Investigations Division, do you have like subdivisions within that? Because you were telling me that you're with the SVU.
Correct, yes. We were divided up into separate divisions such as property crimes, fraud division, we've got personal crimes, special victims unit, and then we've got our vice units, special investigations division as well.
Well, we were kind of talking about, the TV show SVU certainly has brought a spotlight in it on that particular crime that occurs, and that can be a good thing. At least people maybe are more aware who've been watching that for 2 decades.
Yeah, I believe it has brought a spotlight on it, but also it glamorizes it in a way that it's really not reality of what really goes on. These cases that we work are challenging. They're very emotionally charged. I can say that we have a very dedicated group of detectives that work these cases. It's just an honor to work with them. They're very passionate about what they do. We've
also talked about the fact that, when you're dealing with children in some of these cases, obviously with the CAC, that can even make that tougher.
Yeah, exactly. These cases are very sensitive. And the CAC, Child Advocacy Center, they play a big role in our investigations by providing us our forensic interviews. So the forensic interview is much different interviewing a child than it is an adult. The police detectives, we don't interview the children. We have them forensically interviewed at the Child Advocacy Center, where there are a group of individuals there that are specifically trained to talk to children. So, for instance, if I'm doing an interview with you, Brian, I'm going to probably ask leading questions, trying to get to what I'm looking for. Whereas it's completely different when you interview a child. The questions are open-ended, and we like to refer to it as a child-led interview.
Okay, so just kind of making comments and seeing where they come in and what information that they give.
Yes, they let the child bring them into the incident if there in fact was an incident, and that's where the disclosure comes out.
Gotcha. We've learned by doing interviews with the CAC and the folks that Katie brings in that, more times than not, it's some family member, someone that child knows. And when you said, it can be an electrically charged kind of a situation, I'm sure that element can be tough to get through too.
Yeah, when growing up, we're always taught, watch out for stranger danger, and watch out for the white van ready to snatch the kids up. And those are, in fact, good points. However, I would say the more than vast majority of our cases are from trusted people that the families trust. And these child predators, they maneuver themselves into positions of trust. And I often hear the parents of the victims, they say, well, we never thought he would do this, or we never thought she would do this. But they do get in positions of trust where they have access to children.
I just read a news story that we've got on our website about 2 men that were arrested in Hickman County, and it was, a sex trafficking type of situation of a 17-year-old. And, unfortunately, here in Rutherford County in the state of Tennessee, we're kind of in an area that has so many interstates, and we're so close to other places that, that is, trafficking is a real issue too.
It is, indeed.
Do you deal with that a lot here? I mean, is because we do hear that it's one of those things that we have an issue with.
So I don't specifically deal with that. We have an entire unit that deals specifically with human trafficking.
Oh, wow.
And they would be more apt to reply to that type of question and weigh in on it. I deal specifically with referrals. For instance, children will disclose something, say, to a school teacher. The school teacher then makes a DCS referral, Department of Children's Services referral. Police report may get filed, or eventually will get filed as well. So I get assigned the referrals or their police reports, and then launch the investigation from there. There's a lot of it's a multidisciplinary approach. There's a lot of agencies involved in these type of investigations, not just me, not just Special Victims Unit, but we have, like we said before, the Child Advocacy Center plays a big role in our investigations. We also have the Department of Children's Services, Our Kids in Nashville, that does our forensic examination of the child, where they have specific equipment, and it's a very kid-friendly environment, as well as the CAC. They're kid-friendly as well. We have our district attorney's office. So there's a lot of hands in the case, if you will, when looking at these.
So talk about that relationship with the CAC. Just from everything that I've learned by having the CAC on this program, what they do is vital to getting some closure and getting these cases, where they need to be across the finish line.
Yes, without them, our cases would be extremely difficult to work. Not only do they do the forensic interviews for us, but they also provide resources and services for the children and their families as well.
So I know that, Katie introduced you as one of the hometown heroes from last year, and obviously you've been involved with the CAC for how long? I mean, how long have you worked with them to help, for like the Hometown Heroes Walk?
So I came to the Special Victims Unit in 2015. And I've been active with the Hometown Heroes, been a board member since then. Just this year, became chair of the board. So I've been an active part with them since 2015. It's one of my favorite fundraisers that they put on, favorite events that they put on. They have the opportunity it presents an opportunity to recognize individuals for outstanding service in this type of work, and they read speeches, about the work that they've done at the Civic Plaza, and it was an honor for me to receive that award last year.
Yeah.
He was shocked. Don't let him lie now. He was totally shocked, and I think that's another wonderful point, is that these individuals in this particular type of work do not get recognized as often as maybe we would like to. And so that opportunity for them, for one, they have their family and their friends and their coworkers that are around them. It's not an emotional moment, because I won't say anybody gets emotional around here, but I will say that it is very heartwarming. It certainly gives them an opportunity to just understand how much that, work that they really do, and how much it really verifies what happens in Rutherford County.
Yeah. Well, I mean, anybody wants to be recognized, and the great job and that kind of thing. And this is just a special way that you can recognize lots of folks. And I'm sure you'll have some Hometown Hero winners again this year.
We will.
Yeah,
we will.
And you announce those on the day of.
We announce them on the day of.
Okay,
that's right.
So, how has it been for you, Detective Yates, as the chair? That's a pretty big responsibility on top of everything else, I guess.
Well, I really enjoy working with Katie here. I want to give her pretty much all the credit here. She's really on top of these fundraisers, and specifically this Hometown Heroes event. She does a great job of organizing it, getting the sponsors together, just making everything work for this walk. I'd like to encourage all the listeners out there. If you'd like to donate to the fundraiser, that's great. But we really would like for you just to come and be a part of it. Just do the walk with us. You can meet all of us with the Special Victims Unit. You can meet the Child Advocacy Center employees, and it's just a great time. At the end, there's music, there's fellowship, there's food. So I encourage everyone to come out and do the walk.
Well, what I think is really neat about the whole thing here is that you're one cog in a big wheel here. Murfreesboro Police, the Special Victims Unit, and CAC, and all the other agencies that work together to get to the bottom of these really tough cases. It really does take everybody's work to make sure that this isn't something that's drawn out for a long, long time or never gets resolved, and keeping the kid focused as the first and foremost thing is, to get justice in those situations, and make sure that the child is number one in everything that's done.
Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. They're like you said, there's multiple entities involved in these type of cases, and it's an honor to be what I refer to as the bridge between the victim and justice. We want to try to get justice for these children, and hopefully they can get some closure with their cases.
Well, the Hometown Heroes Walk is coming up on Friday, April the 28th. It'll be starting at Civic Plaza. We'll head to Oakland's Park Pavilion and go from there, and I'm sure we'll talk about it more next month, Katie.
I certainly hope so. Brian, thanks so much for having us.
Absolutely. Detective Michael Yates, thanks for coming in, too.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And that's going to do it for our program today. Don't forget you can check the podcast on our website at WGNSradio.com. Look under Podcast and Rutherford Issues, or wherever you listen to podcasts, Spotify, Apple Music, all those places you can find it.
This is Lenny Farmer with Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home. Did you know